Okay. Give me 1 second. I gotta get my other camera going here, and I'll be talking real soon. I'm simulcasting also on Facebook Live, so give me 1 second. I'm right here. Let's see. We're going to be talking about which social network should you be marketing on. Social media. Social media. I can't type. Where should I be on? All right, here we go. Hi, everybody. It's Giselle Aguiar, AZ Social Media Wiz, coming to you from beautiful downtown Phoenix. And I got to fix the one over here. Let me tilt it a little bit down because it's too far over. Okay, so I am broadcasting on Periscope and Facebook Live at the same time. So I've got my tablet using Periscope and my cell phone with Facebook Live. So trying to reach as many people as I can, and that's what it's all about. So this morning I was asked a question on with so many social networks to choose from, which ones should a business use? And I've been asked that question over and over and over again, and it's the same answer. Who's your target market? Who is your target audience? Who are you trying to reach with your marketing message? And that just goes back to marketing basics. Even before all this social media and all this craziness with Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter and Snapchat and LinkedIn and Google Plus and Instagram and all this other stuff and all this craziness, okay? And yes, it's overwhelming, and where do I go? And oh, I've been told I have to be on Snapchat, and it's like, well, do you want to reach people under 25? Because that's who's on Snapchat. You know, it's the majority of the people that are on Snapchat. And so then they look at me like, maybe not. You know, and so, so before you start marketing at all, who is your target market? And don't just say anybody who wants to buy my product or use my services. You have to find a target market niche. Who is your perfect customer? And you can have more than one. And the whole thing too is to create target market personas. So you've got your age, your age. So how old are they? What do they do for a living? Where do they live? How much money do they make? Do they own a home? Do they rent a home? Do they have a family? Do they have kids? Do they have grandkids? You know, what do they do for a living? You really need to get to know them, because you need to get to know their pain points. What are their problems? How is your product or service going to alleviate those problems? And if you sell a luxury item or a luxury service, okay, who is the person that's going to be able to afford your service and have the extra income to be able to do that? You know, and then try and reach them, and even think about what are their political leanings. You know, we did some research when I was working with a scuba client, and we found that the millennials were the ones, and they're really interested in adventure travel. But they're also very interested in global warming and climate change and conservation. So posting articles on, you know, everything from, you know, saving the whales and saving the coral reefs and keeping the oceans clean and you know, edible 6-pack holders that, you know, so the turtles won't eat the plastic kind of thing, saving the turtles and everything. All that kind of stuff is what they're interested in. And what's funny is when you look at your analytics after you've been posting stuff for a while on Twitter or on Pinterest, it's really cool because they'll actually show you what things that these people are interested in. And that's extremely valuable information, because then you can post some of that content. You don't always have to write up your own content and create your own videos or create your own blogs. You can share other people's content as long as it's relevant and related to your business and of interest to your target market. So it's a lot to think about. You really have to sit down and stop and think, who's your target market? How are you reaching them? Why are they going to follow you? There's only a few reasons why people go online. Why are they online? Okay, they're either searching for something that they want or they need. In that sense, they're going to go to Google, they're going to look at reviews, they're going to see, what their friends are doing. They're going to, they go online to see what's happening. What's the latest news, the latest, in politics, what's going on, what's the latest style, what's hot right now. The other thing is they go on to be entertained. Okay, they're bored. They want to see what's going on. So they'll go on to Facebook just to see what's going on and to keep up with family and friends. Right. So the whole idea is when you get someone to share your post with their friends are going to see these posts when they're looking for what their friends or family are doing. You want to be there. You want to be there. You want to put out such good quality content or share such good quality content that your posts are shared, not just liked, because liking is nice and it helps you get on, into a higher, get more visibility on Facebook. But sharing is where you want. You want that social amplification. Where somebody with 1,000 users, 1,000 followers on Twitter retweets your tweet, shares your tweet, your reach increases by how many followers that person has. That's what you want. So it takes some thinking, it takes some strategy and some thinking it out. Okay, so let's go through the networks. First, if you're more B2B, business to business, okay, you want to be on LinkedIn. So your LinkedIn profile has to be 100% complete. You need to be an all-star. You need to be an expert in your field. You need to be writing articles for LinkedIn at least once a week, if not 2 or 3 times a week. Relevant writing for LinkedIn is like writing for the business journal. So, make sure you think out the articles that you're going to put there. Make them longer too, longer articles. Participate in groups. Groups on LinkedIn are a great place to network because there are thousands of groups on there, and many of them with thousands of members. So you want to find where your target market is there, even just networking in local groups if you're a local business. That's really important. So LinkedIn for business to business. But you're not going to ignore Twitter and Google Plus or Facebook and even Pinterest, because Twitter and Google Plus are great for exposure. Google Plus, it's connected to the Google search engine, and everything that you post public on it gets indexed in the Google search engine. That alone is worth the trouble of posting on a regular basis to Google Plus, and that can be automated with tools like Buffer and Hootsuite. And I'm going to have classes on how to do that. And then Facebook has a business directory. And you have to understand that a lot of business owners have Facebook pages and they're on Facebook. They might not be thinking business when they're on Facebook, but that's not gonna hurt them, seeing one of your posts come through. So so you have to think that out also. And Pinterest is good for search engine optimization also. So you want to share your pictures, infographics, videos, pin them to Pinterest. Because it's good for B2B also. Now let's go to B2C, business to consumer. So you want to reach the average consumer. So most definitely Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram if you want to reach a younger generation. Millennials, that's 30, 35 and under on Instagram. Okay, Snapchat is even younger. So if you're doing athletic wear, anything sports related, that you're going to reach the people on Snapchat. And remember, it's all visual. So if you're providing a service, unless you have pictures or videos of people using your service, you know, you have to think it out. An accountant asked me about having an Instagram account, and I'm like, what are you going to post pictures of? Spreadsheets? No. Okay, so not every business needs to be on Instagram. Okay, but you know, the accountant absolutely has to be on, you know, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Google Plus, and Twitter. You have to, you know, show off your expertise, because the average person needs to do their taxes every year. So, you know, depending again who you're trying to reach. Okay. For somebody wanting to reach baby boomers, Facebook and Pinterest again. They're starting to get on Twitter. They're starting to figure it out. They're starting to understand that Twitter is what's happening right now, especially with politics. I think between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, they have gotten people on Twitter. So I think Twitter needs to thank them, because you want to find out what they're talking about right now and what's trending. And at any time, there's always something Trump and something Hillary trending on, and it's crazy, and it could drive you crazy. And I have to shut it off every so often. Anyway. Again, that's so what you need to do is you need to define your target market. I have a workbook that's available on my site, and I also have a full startup package. So the startup package includes the workbook. Okay, so you define your target market, whether you're B2B or B2C. Then you have to do some research. So I provide you a resource guide on where and how to do research online, and the sources that will give you the data that you need to know about your target markets. Okay, then there's once you've determined your target market and you've done your research, you have to apply that research and put it into a strategic marketing plan. Okay, so and this could be also, you know, offline if you're going to do direct mail. Direct mail still works sometimes, so it's there, or live events, you know. So there's a lot of things that you can do besides social media marketing that still work out there. But you cannot ignore social media marketing. You can reach so many people. You got to go watch a video I did. I forgot if it was, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, on the difference of social media networking and live networking, and it's on my website. I did a blog post on that. You need to reach a lot of people, and you can online. It gives you the opportunity to do that, and you really haven't had that opportunity in the past. So people that are not business owners, that are not taking advantage of social media marketing, they're missing a great way to reach a lot of people with really very little investment of time. Yes, it takes some investment of time, it does. But the amount of people that you can reach with maybe 30 minutes a day, it's worth it. It really is worth it. But you have to be prepared. So you have to have that strategic plan, and then you have to do the tactical plan. So the strategic plan is, how are you going to meet your goals? You need to set some goals first of what you want to accomplish. Then the tactical plan is how you're going to implement the strategic plan. Just like if you were, you know, out in the battlefield. Okay, you're the sergeant, and you have orders to take, you know, that hill. Okay, well, how are you going to do it? You're going to put your fastest men out front, your best shooters to cover them. So that's the tactical part of it. The strategy is you know, all right, we need to take that hill, and we need to you know, not let the enemy see us. Okay, so what are my best soldiers that are going to go out and do that? Okay, so that's basically what you need to think about. You have to put your mind on here. Always keep your target market in mind when you start writing your marketing messages. Okay, and this is a good time to plug a class that Greater Phoenix Score is having tomorrow. I think it's called Marketing One Word at a Time. It's about copywriting. And I happen to know the teacher there, and it's not me. And so I'm anxious to go see this class, so I will be there. So that's Greater Phoenix Score, greaterphoenix.score.org, and click on local workshops, and so you'll see the classes there. And there's some other classes coming up. There's a branding class coming up, and I believe I'm doing either my SEO, I think my SEO class next month. I believe my class is October 13th, so you can sign up for that one, and I'll show you how to get on the first page of Google. In any rate, I hope I answered the question. And again, it just goes back to the basics. Who is your target market? Clearly defining them, and then figuring out which networks they use the most. And all that information is out there. You just need a little bit of guidance on how to find it. So again, I have a startup package that's available, and that startup package also is a lingo guide. I'm sure I said some words here like retweeting and pinning and all that stuff. Okay, what does it all mean? Okay, I've got a glossary that I created for you, and I think it's the most comprehensive one that's out there, because I looked at some of the other ones and they're just missing, it's not complete. So I cover all of the lingo for all of the networks, and hopefully that will guide you to to better understand how social media marketing works. And there's some other online resources in that startup package, plus my branding class. And you'd be surprised, I talk about the psychology of color, and why certain things should be certain colors. So that's very helpful also. So please go over to my website, check it out. It's the startup package. And my videos are going to be done very soon. I've got them all recorded. I just have to brand them in the the intro and exit graphics, and they should be up. So boot camp's coming very, very soon. So I'm going to say within a week, probably by the end of next week, they should be up and ready to go. So really excited about that. It's taken so long to get this done, but they're finally going to be done. At least it's the start of them, because then I got to do the tools, and I got to do update videos, and so it's going to be ongoing, and it's going to be the thing too. It's going to be the most current information, which you can't get that in a lot of package classes, and you definitely can't get it in a book. So when you want to learn what's going on with social media marketing and how to best apply it for your business, you're going to want to take my courses. So they'll be all online very soon and very affordable. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week on Wednesdays with the Wiz, 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Again, from Phoenix, it's Giselle, AZ Social Media Wiz. So long.